What is up, everybody? Today is Thursday, January 30th. I ended up taking just one trade today, and that trade was a nice win. So let's get into the chart itself. So here on the 4-hour time frame, I marked out a couple of drawn liquidities. I don't even know if that's the right way to say it, plural, but a couple of areas where I would believe price would want to draw to, right? So I have the 77375, which would be the start of this opening range gap that we have right there. The 91950, which is the top right here of this candle, which is the beginning of that 4-hour FEG. And then, of course, the relative equal highs that we have going on right here. Now, for downside targets, I was looking for this swing low right there, another swing low that was right here, and then, of course, our low from right here. So let me mark that out for you guys. Those were the three downside targets that I was looking for, but unfortunately we did not get either of them. We kind of just chopped around in this one area for a bit. Now it's interesting that we did that, because if we take the Fibonacci from that swing high, wrong tool, from that swing high down to that swing low, you'll notice that we are hanging out inside of this 4-hour fair value gap right here. Right now, that imbalance is sitting within OTE, which is where we are dancing around currently. We do have bullish structure. All right, we have that swing low, swing high, higher low, higher high, and then another higher low that was put in. But the thing that I'm noticing is that we are not displacing above this high. So I am leaning kind of bearish because of the overall structure still pointing to a downtrend. Right, we had these lower highs right here. Price sweeps that and then gets this massive sell-off. We are recovering very slowly. So we're kind of like 50-50, right? I'm more bearish than bullish. I'm 60% bearish, 40% bullish. The reason why I'm still bullish is just because of the fact that we're still holding that 4-hour imbalance right there. As well as the... Hold on one second, let me delete that. As well as the market just hanging around in this area and having no strong rejection out of it. So we'll see what the overnight does. So I came into the market kind of bullish biased, because when we opened up in the morning, we were hanging out in this 1-hour imbalance right here, as well as a 4-hour imbalance that I had marked out. Now, the way I would switch my bias would be if we had a 1-hour close below this imbalance right here, I would become bearish because I would expect price to draw towards this 368 level. Now, unfortunately, we did not get that, nor did we come back and take out the high. So overall, this short-term structure here is still bearish to me. Taking a look at the 15-minute time frame, we saw that the market opens up, takes out the high from London session last night, and then starts to displace lower. When I saw that reaction and we displaced below that low right there, as you can see, I wanted to look for a sell, because I would not have expected this kind of reaction off of that old high right there. If we were going to continue going higher, if we wanted to see something different, it would be that we would sweep that and then sweep this low, and then we would start to climb back on up. But unfortunately, we did not get that. Now, if you notice here on the 15-minute time frame, we are bullish because we created that swing low, short-term high, which was lower. Now we ended up creating a higher low, and it was respecting this 15-minute fair value gap. We came back on up. We disrespected this 15-minute fair value gap. Here's a swing high. Here is a swing low. We are now uptrending. Now, obviously, when the market closed, we failed to close above that swing high to put in a higher high, but we could see that for the overnight session. Now, going back to today's market, I was, like I said, seeing this reaction right there, which made me want to take a sell. I did not take anything in the first macro, because I just wanted to see how price was going to react. The fact that, I did see this fair value gap get formed and got invalidated, but I wanted to see the higher one get invalidated, because that would give me greater confluence to believe that we would continue going higher up to that 91950. But as you can see, we tapped into it and kind of sold off after that. Now, I did not take any kind of sell position here because I wasn't bearish yet, but although it was showing bearishness just off of the reaction of that high. but I was not bearish at this point because, like I said, on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, we were still holding those bullish imbalances, which gave a bullish order flow sentiment. So I waited patiently. I wanted to see something for the 1050 macro to see if we were going to get some kind of continuation on lower. So my entry at the 1050 macro was actually the invalidation of, where is it? This fair value gap right there. Okay. I wanted the one that was deeper in discount. As you can see, if we take the fib from the low to the high, this one was kind of crossing between equilibrium. This one was the one that was really in discount, and I wanted to see a closure below that to then have confidence that we were going to continue going further below. And as you can see, we get that drop, invalidates it. We actually tap back up into that inversion fair value gap and begin to sell off. Now this trade itself, I market ordered in 4 contracts at 526.50, which is where I have the tool drawn up to. My stop was right up here, and I just wanted to target a 1 to 1.5 today. I wasn't really looking to be in the market for too long. Thankfully, that ended up hitting very nicely. It actually was close to the bottom of that 4 hour imbalance right there. So that was a nice 1 to 1.5 risk to reward. Didn't look back after that. At the rest of the day, I was just kind of tape reading, marking up what I saw. But after this, the reaction here was very interesting because, as you can see, we failed to displace below that swing low right there, that one there, and that one there. Okay, we came to this area. We did invalidate this 15-minute fair value gap, but it was kind of with weakness. We got bought right back up, and as you can see, this 15-minute imbalance right here got invalidated right away. Now that's when you can start to kind of think, hey, we may be going higher at this point, but I want to see that not just that, but this 15-minute imbalance right here be held. If that was going to be held, then I can have a bullish bias going into the end of the day. Now I thought about doing a continuation entry to go short right around here, but I didn't, and I'll tell you why. As you can see, I marked out this level of buy side liquidity. We had relative equal highs right there. Now, I've noticed in the past, shorting with relative equal highs has always burnt me. Okay, I've always gotten stopped out on that. And in this instance, potentially I could have gotten a nice risk to reward down into that 15-minute right there. But, you know, it just wasn't worth it for me. I did not want to see this come back up. And as you can see, it did. So at the 11:50 to 12:10 macro, there was a short entry that you could have taken as well as a continuation lower. I didn't take it personally because it just I did not feel comfortable shorting with relative equal highs. But as you can see, there is a 1 minute imbalance right there that gets inverted. Put your stop above that high, and if you target this swing low right there, that's a nice 1 to 2 risk to reward. Better than the one that I had right here. Like I always say, you don't need to grab the whole entire move of the day. You just need to get one really good setup. You know, manage your risk appropriately. As long as you're getting a 1 to 2 daily, I mean, you can become consistently profitable with that. So you hit that 1 to 2 there. You hit that 1 to 1.5 there. Now, because we bounced out of this 15-minute fair value gap, invalidating the 15-minute imbalance that we had here too, this started to show bullish order flow. So now coming into the 110 and 115 macro, you could come in with a bullish bias. So here at 110, we look for a bearish imbalance to get invalidated, and lo and behold, we have 2 little imbalances here on the 1 minute chart. One is right there. The other one is right there. So you could have taken whichever one of the two to take as your entry. So let's just say for this example, you take this one right here, you put your stop below that swing low. It also helps that we did take out not just that, but this also too. So that was a liquidity grab right there. We start to come back on up, invalidate that imbalance right there. We have no reason to go lower. Now you can target the buy side liquidity right there for another 1 to 2 risk to reward. And boom, just like that. 1, 2, 3 great trades. As well as if you were bearish here, you know, you could have taken a short there too. Would have worked out really well. But of course, like I said, I was bullish, but no bullish setups formed. All right, I don't count that as a bullish setup. I would have wanted to have seen this one get invalidated. But 3 great trades. 1, 2, 3. You would have been up very nice on the day, waiting for each macro, coming in with the correct bias, and would have gotten paid out really well. You would have been up for 5.5R on the day. No need to have traded this either. But if you came in with a bearish bias here, obviously there's another setup to go short. But at this point, I would not have been bearish. I would have been bullish actually, and looked for an invalidation of any kind of imbalance here. But at 345 is the ending of that macro, so obviously I would not have gotten anything, nor would have had given a good risk to reward to take. But yeah, overall, 3 great trades today. I only took 1, and so I hope you guys ended up green. Today was very good in terms of price action. I liked the way that it moved today. It was very predictable. It was very kind, even though, you know, it kind of stayed within that range. As you can see, we didn't really move much. If you look at the hourly time frame, you've got this accumulation here. We've got this drop. So, hey, what does that kind of look like to us? We have accumulation here, manipulation. Could we see a distribution higher into tomorrow? And like I said at the beginning of the video, this does look like it wants to come on up. It might want to fill in this gap. So we'll see. We'll see what the overnight action brings. And yeah, have a good night, everybody. Like I said, I hope you guys ended up green, and we will see each other tomorrow. Peace.